Right, good evening everyone, and welcome to the most exciting Zoom of most waves, the starter Zoom. Because I know what you're all thinking, and I am going to hopefully calm everyone down now. So first of all, if you don't know who I am Scotty, which is Scott Harrison, the founder of the Six Pack Revolution. And if you haven't worked it out yet, because someone told you got to join this thing, you haven't even looked into it. This is an online fitness, nutrition, and personal development program that will change your life forever, as long as you follow it 100%, 7 days a week, not a blueberry out of place, to the finish line. You will not believe your eyes, how you feel, and your mindset and everything at the finish line, which is what we call Christmas Day for adults. So I'm looking forward to that moment for you all. And believe it or not, we will blink and it will be here. So just I want you to embrace the program, everything it has to offer. Even if you're thinking, oh, that community stuff is not for me, that's fine. If you don't want to be a part of the Facebook groups and all that stuff, fine. But I would actually embrace it, because you will be surprised how much you get out of it and how motivating it can be when you're a part of a team, when we're all on different roads to similar kind of destinations, if you know what I mean. And so when you're going to go through similar emotions, and we all tend to go them at the same time, you will find as we go through the program, I'll be saying things and posting things, you'll almost think I'm psychic. I'm not. Well, maybe a little bit, but it's because I've done, I think, 17 six packs now, when I know every emotion, every up, every down, every obstacle that there possibly is. And also I created the whole thing from scratch myself. So you're in very good hands. Sam is helping me tonight. Sam is my right arm behind the scenes in the whole program. And she's on here. She helps me out with absolutely everything. We've also got Rainey here at the top. She's taking notes, so that when we post the recording tomorrow, there's bullet points that people can see at certain times if they wanted to go to something specific as well. And you guys can also go back there if you want to re-listen to something that I've said. Now, we have got lots and lots of participants on here as we speak. As you know, even though July is the quietest wave of the whole year, it's still very busy in Six Pack. So hear me out first, and I'm going to give everyone a chance to ask me any questions they want to ask me. Write them down as they come into your head. But if I answer them, can you please cross them out, so you don't have to ask me again, because otherwise we will literally be here till midnight. And also, don't ask me questions like, Scott, can I switch broccoli for kale? That's a question for the groups, even though you should already know that, because all of you have thoroughly read your handbook several times over already, I know. So you would know that you can switch broccoli for kale. But I'm going to explain all of that stuff in a minute anyway. And as I said, if you do embrace everything on this program, I promise it's going to change your life in a big way, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And therefore will also change all the people's lives around you, because you're going to be a different person. And the reason this program works better than any other on planet Earth is because we don't just say you can't do this and you can't do that. We change your relationship with food, with drink, and with yourself, so that when you come away from the program, you have your key to happiness, the power back. Because many of you will understand what I mean by when you feel like you don't even own yourself, the food owns you, or the drink owns you, and that decides when it goes in you instead of you deciding when it goes in. And it will be at the end that not that you're abstaining from the stuff you want and not having all the things you want because you're holding yourself back. You actually won't want it. Now, what I mean by that is, I'm not saying you're going to have a piece of chocolate again, but you won't need 3 bars. Or that you're not going to have a biscuit again, you don't need the whole pack. That's what I mean. You'll be satisfied with some. Okay? And that's my plan for you all. Now, I always ask this question first on the program. It's controversial, but it's controversial on purpose. So please take this the right way instead of the wrong way, but there's a reason I'm asking it. So my first question to you all is, put your hands up. You can put it in the screen, or you can do that funny icon at the top of your screen. You can just do like this in the camera, like me now. If you don't like yourself very much, well, let's be a little bit harsher, shall we? Hands up if you hate yourself. And keep your hand up for me. as I go through the screen. All right, my lovelies. This stops now. Okay. There's more hands up than down. Okay. This is heartbreaking, and I kind of have the same result every time. All right. First of all, don't worry, that's going to change very soon. But today we stop with the hating. And just for this 75 days, afterwards, you can go back and hate yourself after if you like. All right. You won't. But you're kind of a little bit out of order because you've all got a body that works and a mind that works. I'm going to make it work better for you. Lots of people don't have your opportunity. Lots of people are dead right now. Lots of people are paralyzed from the neck down. Lots of people have got all sorts of things going on. And I know we've all got stuff going on. But we've got to stop with the hate just while we're on the here. All right. So tomorrow, I want you to try one day of something for me. I want you to tomorrow live just for one day like the world is rigged in your favor. What I mean by that is you literally get up in the morning and the first thing you do is you walk into the bathroom, you look in the mirror, you absolutely give the biggest grin to yourself. No one's going to be watching, so you can do it even if you feel silly. Just do it. I do this sometimes. Right? I used to be really suffer with anxiety. I was severely bulimic for over 30 years, and a light bulb went on. And then when I realized that I wasn't living, I was just existing, I wanted everybody else in the world to feel what I felt. And I want you to do that too. So you can take your hands down now, because I might ask you to put our hands up for something else. But today, now it stops. All right. And I'm going to tell you now as well, your first photo that you're going to take, and many of you will find it daunting, or you'll look at yourself and go, oh no, I can't believe I look like that. At the end, it's going to be your favorite photo, the fat one or the really slim one, because some people want to put on weight, some people want to lose it. Whatever your first photo, the place that you're at where you're not happy is going to actually be your favorite photo. Mark my words. Okay, now, before we start, make sure you're following the Six Pack Revolution, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and also if you can follow myself as well, because I sometimes run competitions and bits and bobs every now and again on my personal Instagram as well. So if you can all just make sure in there that you don't miss anything, if you can follow me on there. Now, let's start with the Facebook groups for a start. So hands up, first of all, who's really overwhelmed at this moment? Let's have a look. Oh, crikey, everybody. Come here, you bunch of nutters. Oh, goodness, everyone. Okay, all right. This is so simple, all right? I have got 18 to 81-year-olds in over 75 countries, different colors, different creeds, different cultures, different abilities, different disabilities, Olympians, people that can't even spell the word gym. They're all in here. People with cerebral palsy, people that have got no legs, people that are in wheelchairs, everyone's here. Okay? And they're all managing fine. And within a couple of weeks, you probably won't even be looking at stuff because you'll just be doing it like the back of your hand. I promise. Everyone can do it. It's so simple. So let's stop being overwhelmed. So let's go to the Facebook group first. If you don't want to be scrolling through Facebook, you don't want to be a part of that community for some reason, that's fine. You can use it just like any other app. At the top of your group, you've got 3 folders: guides, files, and featured. Everything important that I post into the group or my team posts into the group will go into featured every day. It will stay there for a couple of days and then it will be removed. If it's important for the rest of the program, it will go into guides and be there for the whole wave. So for example, every Zoom, even the starter one, will still be there at the end under guide 9. Your recipes and stuff like that are going to be in guide got your snacks and your meals at 1 and 2, and so on and so on. So you don't even have to go any further than the banner. Just under the banner, you'll see guides, folders, files, and featured, and everything is in there. All right, so pop in there a few times a day to check everything's been added in if you don't want to be a part of the team. But I really do recommend you do. A lot of people who were totally against being a part of the team that did do it said it just made the whole way for them and made it much easier, because we all kind of support each other and push each other on. In your group, you have got 2 assistant coaches, a coach, an assistant head coach, a head coach, and me. Okay, and probably about 20 maybe odd legends, what we call the people that have come back to do another wave, that can answer 99% of your questions. So don't sit in silence. And sometimes if you ask a question that's not personal, for example, in the group, someone else can see that, and that might be a question they had, but they didn't have the confidence to ask, or something like that. So you can help other people by having that question answered in the group in front of everyone, if that makes sense. Okie dokie. Now, we get outstanding results like 12 days into the program. And we post interim results every week. Many of you will have seen them. Now, I don't want you to get demotivated if you see someone 12 days in that look like they've just done a 75-day program, because it sometimes happens, you know, we get like, whoa, right? And that's not you. Because I'm telling you now, 99% of you are going to see all the magic in the final 2 weeks. All right? Most of you. So you have to get that in your head. This is a 75-day program. It's not a 25-day or a 45-day or a 55-day. It's a 75-day program. So do not get demotivated. Be motivated that you're on the program that has a 100% success rate if you follow it 100% yourself from start to finish. Now, the reason we pop at different times, we call it popping. It's not really popping, but it just seems like it, because we can always see your results. Sometimes yourself, you don't see them until there's this, you put the beginning and the latest one in, and you go, oh, flip a I didn't even see that happen. Everyone's like, pop, like that. So the reason we call it popping is just because it takes sometimes you time to see the big difference, when obviously we look at this stuff all the time, so we can see it happening literally from day one. But most people do lose all over, which is why if you're losing a thin layer all over, you're seeing it happen what seems to be slowly, but you might have lost the same amount of fat actually as someone who lost it all in one place, but therefore their visual was a bit more, whoa, because it was from one place. That's just the human body. You can't decide where it's coming off first. You can't do anything like that. The only place you can almost guarantee is it's not going to be coming off your spare tire area until last. That bit never goes first while everything else stays fatter. That tends to be the last bit, but you can't say, oh, I want my bum to go first or the bingo wings to go first or whatever, okay? Now, I'm assuming that all of you would like to move faster than slower. So I'm going to give you all a tip. And this is actually a scientific fact, neurologically, because your brain is connected to your body in every way, shape, or form, is that you get yourself a goal pick. If you do, your results will be quicker than someone who doesn't. Because if you can see it, you can be it. Now, some people sometimes give me a goal pick of a tree, because a tree is strong and rooted into the ground. You're not going to look like a tree. We want to visualize it. So let's find someone. It could be you when you were younger. It could be a celebrity. It could be just an influencer. It could be just a picture online, whatever it is. And I put mine on my screensaver on my phone, on my laptop, my iPad, my sun visor in my car, and on my fridge. And I literally turned into Tom Hardy in one wave. All right. So to my wife's, you'll see my before and after photos, and how, by the way, guys, I turned this around at the age of 42. I have not been ripped since my 20s. Okay. And I'm going to teach you all how to keep your results and still party twice a week once we're finished, which I've now been doing for nearly 7 years. I'm 50 this year, in September. Now, as we're talking about photos and stuff, who's scared retaking their own photos? Who's kind of just thinking, dreading that bit? Okay, cool. Right. Now, I want you to overcome that obstacle, because I can promise when you see the results moving forward as you're going through, it's so motivating, so uplifting. And if you can't see where you've been or where you've come from, you'll feel like you look the same. So it's a real important, I can only give you advice, you do what you want to do. But it's a really important thing, and the one thing that most people, if they don't, regret, because you can't go back and take that first photo ever again. So you missed out, and it takes what, 30 seconds? So let me give you the rules of the photos so that we get this right, because especially your first photo, because that's, as I say, the bit that people wished they'd done properly at the beginning. This is not difficult. If you can get someone to take your photo, that's great. And if they take your photo, they would hold it up like this, wouldn't they? And they would take a photo of it. Arms down, face on. I need space above your head. I don't need you to be at the other end of the garden. I don't need to see your feet. So you can go below your knees. Space above your head, space around you. Do not crop photos. Okay? Good lighting. So do not be like me where there's this light behind me. Have the light behind the camera. Do not stand in front of a door where there's all light coming. Like Janet here on my front page, she's got a big light behind her, and that's why her face is relatively dark. Whereas if you look at, who have I got on here? Rachel there, I know the light's to the side, but it's the light's coming in to her, yeah? So we want the light behind the camera, not behind us. But if you can't have someone take the photo for you and you're propping your phone up and doing a reverse camera, we're not doing selfies. You're gonna put your reverse camera on your timer and take your photo. It needs to be at the same height as if someone was holding it at their chest. So if you've got it on the table and you're looking down on it, no good. All right. So I've invested yourself in a really cheap tripod, or like I used to do, was I'd pile loads of books up on my dining table, then put a laptop on top. So it was at my chest height up here, because I'm sitting down now, obviously. So it was up here, and that's where we take the photos. Now, this is another thing. Please make sure you are wearing, girls, a sports bra, and it's a thin band, not these big, thick Gymshark that cover all of your torso, and then you put the leggings on that cover all your torso. You've got this tiny bit of flesh like this, and you've just wasted your first photo, because we're never going to see the results because they're all covered. Let it all hang out. So your waistband is to be below your belly button. I don't want it down where I can see the, just below the belly button, like normal. I have some people, because otherwise your body looks so long if you've got it right down before your bits start showing, right? So just under your belly button, bra band up, so we can see those top two abs that are going to come in first. Even if you're a size 20 odd dress, the definition starts to show. So let's make sure there's no thick bands. If you've only got ones with thick bands, tuck it up. No t-shirts rolled up, no jumpers rolled up, and guys, pair of shorts. And again, below the waistband, but I don't need to see the big V coming down, okay? And all the veins and all that, right? Just under the belly button. You'll be surprised what I've seen, everyone. Right, okie dokie. So we're clear on the photos. Once a week, I'm begging you to spend 1 minute of your time getting this sorted for me. And I'll give you every minute of my time, and I'll be there for if you need me at the drop of a hat, and my team will as well. I think that's a fair trade. I'll go beyond the Call of Duty of this program for you. I just hope that you'll do that one thing for me. And it's not like I'm asking something that difficult. Okay. Now, if you send a private message to your coaches and you're not friends with them, it could go in their spam. So you would need to friend request them to kind of make sure. If you don't get an answer back, no one's ignored you on purpose. It just means the message hasn't got through. But we have 2 assistant coaches, a coach, an assistant head coach, a head coach, and me in every single group. You can come to me if you need to. But again, please don't come to me for things like, can I change turkey for tofu? Yeah, that's not a question for me, because I've got several thousand people to look after. Okay, now, in your groups, you've already had your recipes, your meal plans, your tracker, your handbook, and that's also been emailed to you as well. And every time a new set come out, they're going to be emails. You don't have to keep asking every time another set come out, will these be emailed? Yes, they will. All right. And where it says example meal plan, it's an example. You do not have to follow that. All right. So I think we should get on to the food to simplify all of this for you. Okay. So you might want to take some notes down. I don't know. Okay. There are 3 ways of doing the 6-pack revolution. 3 meals and 3 snacks, plus your post-workout after a challenge. 1 meal replacement shake, 2 meals and 3 snacks, plus a post-workout. Or the most popular and common way and the easiest way of 2 meals, 2 shakes and 2 snacks, plus a post-workout. So I'll explain first of all why it's the most popular and the most common. So if we're replacing a meal and a snack with a meal replacement shake, a meal, depending on which one you choose, and there's hundreds, will be something like 350 to 500 calories, roughly, and between sort of 18 and 22 grams of protein, depending on what you've chosen. Okay? Might even be a little bit less, depends on what one. And if you replace that with a meal replacement shake, it's 23 grams of protein and 200 calories. Because what's lucky about a shake is we know what's, oh, sorry, that's if you do a 6-pack one. I'll explain shakes in a second, but let me just use them as an example because I know what's in them. So 200 calories, more protein. And we know what's in it in the way of vitamins, minerals, botanicals, etc. If we have an egg snack, it's going to have 12 to 15 grams of protein and about 300 calories. Or a yogurt snack will have 4 to 6 grams of protein and about 250 calories. Maybe a bit more, depends. 200 calories, 23 grams of protein. So 6 times the protein of the yogurt and 8 grams more protein than the eggs, but less calories. Okay? That's one reason. The other reason it's popular because it's convenient. It takes what, 30 seconds? 2 scoops, some water or unsweetened almond milk. That's the only things you can put in there. Shake it, drink it, done. Third thing, it satisfies the sweet craving. Because they're not vegetable flavored. They're always going to be chocolate or whatever, you know. And the fourth thing is it's cheaper per serving. So a 6-pack revolution serving is cheaper than eggs, avocado and Ryvitas, or yogurts, berries and almonds, or salmon and goji berry curry. So it's a tick, 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 tick. Now, many of you might be sitting there going, well, I don't want to live on shakes, Scotty. I totally agree with you. I wouldn't want anyone to live on shakes. But you're still eating real food 4 to 5 times that day. And it's a tool while we reset your body, your mind, and change the way and rewire the way that works. Get that visceral fat, unhealthy fat off. We also have, by the way, a 100% success rate in chronic illnesses like ME, MS, fibromyalgia, Hashimoto's, scoliosis, sleep apnea, IBS, Crohn's, psoriasis, eczema, Oh, crikey, I could go on. Diabetes type 1, type 2, I could go on for hours, either being brought to a much more less debilitating level or into full remission. Arthritis and all sorts of stuff. Cholesterol, blood pressure. Okay. So if it's a tool that makes life easier for you because you haven't got so much prep time either, then it's a great tool. Okay. In fact, you know what? Whilst I'm on that, before I forget, does anyone want to sort of maybe challenge me on what I just said? And that's absolutely fine, by the way. But we may as well deal with it as we speak. So I want to put their hand up. Anyone want to disagree with me? It's absolutely fine. Nobody? Okay, that'll be a first. An easy night for me.
Caroline has her hand raised.
Oh, Caroline. Right.
And Sharon as well.
Oh, right. So I'll say Caroline first. So unmute yourself. Caroline. Oh, ask to unmute and let me know what you think.
Is it me, Caroline?
Yep.
I agree with what you said. The only one I would maybe challenge is type 1 diabetes, because I think there's a vast difference.
You can't cure type 1.
No, you can't cure, but if you improve your health and your
I said brought to a much more less debilitating
level.
No,
as you said that, and mine was actually, it was a legacy hand. So I was
okay. Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know, you can't cure type 1 diabetes. The pancreas just produces the insulin, but we have people going from injecting 7 times a day down to 1.
Yeah, it was
That's
certainly
much less debilitating.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. Right, Sharon.
Hello.
Hi.
I was just going to say, is that for participants who follow the plan 100%?
What do you mean?
They sort of everything, they're doing this plan to the letter that it's.
What, the chronic illness are we talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was actually asking people to challenge me about the shakes, but
oh, sorry.
Chronic illness, yes. So, well, why the question? You should be coming in here with the mentality that you are going to follow 100%, regardless of anything else. That's the head you need. Okay. All right, then you win.
Okay, thank you.
All right, cool. Right. So now, how many of people are thinking to themselves, "Oh my God, how am I going to have time to do this meal prep?" Let's see some hands. Okay, cool. I am now going to tell you might want to challenge me on this one. I'm now going to tell you that you're going to spend less time cooking than you do currently, if you follow what I tell you. So let me try and prove that to you. So let's use the most popular one, because that's going to be appropriate to everybody. 2 meals, 2 shakes, and 2 snacks. Can we all agree that 2 shakes takes no time whatsoever, no stress, no effort, and doesn't encroach on your life at all? Can we agree that? I'll just give you some nods, everyone there. Good. So those 2 of the 6 go to one side. Now, a snack can be 3 tablespoons of Greek yogurt, a handful of berries, and 6 almonds. That's actually one of our snacks, or an omelette. So the berries and almonds yogurt takes what, 1 minute? And the omelette takes 3 minutes. As you all know, an omelette takes 3 minutes. I'll give you 5. Can we all agree that those 2 do not take any effort whatsoever, don't encroach on your life at all, and are not going to be a problem? Yes? Okay. If anyone, by the way, wants to shout out at me, no, feel free to jump in at this point without putting hands up. Just unmute yourself and say, Scott, I'm going to challenge you. So 4 of the 6, no issue, right? Okay, so the only thing we've got to do now is think about our 2 meals a day. Now, our meals are going to be usually smaller meals than what you would probably normally eat, most of you. All right? So I kind of call it, it's a big meal split in half, really. Now, my favorite meal is the salmon and goji berry curry. It takes 15 minutes from start to finish. But because I've done it so many times, it's my absolute favorite. I'm going to give you 25. Okay? The actual salmon is 5 minutes worth of cooking. So the rest is chopping. So it's only 15 minutes. But I'm going to give you 25. But I'm not going to cook one portion. I'm going to cook 6. Because it takes pretty much the same amount of time because it's all in a pot as a curry, right? So I've now got 3 days worth of food. It took me 25 minutes. Let's choose something a little bit longer, like chicken tagine. That takes about 25 minutes, but I'm going to give you 30 minutes because it's chicken, takes a bit longer, right? I'm not going to cook 1, I'm going to cook 6. I've now got 6 days worth of food. It took me 50 minutes. 55 minutes, sorry. And I'm going to eat salmon goji berry curry twice a day for 3 days, by the way. Is it because I'm lazy, or is it just because I love salmon and goji berry curry? You can decide. Maybe I'm a bit lazy. But I don't like freezing fish for some reason. You can, but for some reason I don't think it tastes as good after. It's a bit waterier. So when it comes to fish, I just eat them anyway. And it's not like I've ate the same meal twice that day. It's like I've ate one meal at 2 separate sittings because it's smaller, right? So it's like I've still only ate one meal in a day. And there's another meals like the Maldivian wrap. So tuna, coconut, lime, chili. Oh, this is absolutely delicious. I got it from the Maldives and brought it back with me because that was one of their staple dishes, believe it or not. And it's actually made for the 6-pack revolution. It's just perfect. There's no cooking. You just empty the tuna out. It's 2 minutes. So technically, you could do a whole week in an hour. Now, you must be taking more than an hour a week cooking food at the moment. Is anyone not? An hour a week. Anyone? No? So I've just given you probably a good few hours of your life back. You could do more challenges. You could learn a language. You could do a diploma in something. Don't make this difficult. Okay? Does anyone want to challenge me on that? Go on, Rachel. Rachel's hands up. I'm asking you to unmute, Rachel, first. I can't hear you.
This is a bit tongue-in-cheek, really. I'm just going to challenge you on your salmon and goji berry curry.
Yeah.
You can't have 2 in a day because they've got the starchy carbs. You can't have
very
2.
clever, Rachel, very clever. So you are very right. So you would have to do a different one. But
I just wanted to prove to you that I'm reading and listening.
You're listening, yeah.
Okay?
Good. You know what, Rachel? I give that example every wave, and no one's ever done it. So you get big tick and a touche from me.
I tested it. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll have a free workout then, okay?
All right. But listen, guys, even if it was 2 hours a week, if you thought the road to the body, mind, and life of your dreams was going to take no effort, you can think again. But if your biggest obstacle is to cook a bit of food, that's your biggest obstacle, to go from a size 20 dress to a 14 or whatever it is, or just your skin and your hair and the whites of your eyes and your teeth and your nails all more radiant, the anxiety disappearing, you're actually living instead of just existing, just for 75 days while we rewire how everything works, and then you can mess about a bit more at the end, then it's a small price to pay. But it isn't going to take you 2 hours a week if you follow what I said. But just for the point, if it did, so what? And that 2 hours is good to give to yourself. Put something on in your ears that you like listening to, favorite music, a self-positive mentality book, whatever. Okay. A lot of people have been asking the group about the book. There is no book. The 6-Pack Revolution book was removed from sale quite a while ago now. Because of really good news, I managed to get a book deal with Dorling Kindersley, which is DK, which you might know, many of you. Probably one of the biggest, Mary Berry, Monty Don, all of those are with them. Biggest non-fiction publisher in the world. So that's coming out in January. So everything had to be removed because it's all about this book now. So I'm afraid we do not have a book until January, but just wish me luck with it, please. Okay. Now, if you suffer with high blood pressure, then please add a pinch of pink Himalayan, sea salt or rock salt to your meals only, not the snacks. It won't be very nice, and not your shakes. Okay.
Do you mean
If you
low
don't-
blood pressure?
Sorry, low blood pressure. Sorry, thank you, Sam. That's why Sam's here. If you suffer with low blood pressure, add a pinch of salt to your, preferably a nice salt, though not Sarson's table salt, okay? If you don't suffer with low blood pressure, please do not add salt, because it's going to raise your blood pressure. Hence why people with low blood pressure, we add the salt. And I don't want to raise your blood pressure. And if you suffer with high blood pressure, this program is going to bring your blood pressure back to normal if you follow it properly. If you are on blood pressure medication to bring it lower, there's a good chance you're going to go into low blood pressure because of the medication. So if you start to get faint and dizzy, please speak to your GP, and they will likely have to reduce or take you off of that medication because you no longer need it. That seems to be what happens on every wave so far since the birth of this program. So just monitor that yourself if you have high blood pressure medication. If you don't, just be happy that it's going to come down. Especially if it's diet induced. Okay, when it comes to the recipes, if you're vegan, do not miss out on the non-vegan recipes. Because if you don't eat turkey and you fancy a turkey, well, as it goes, I think there's a plant-based bolognese anyway. Let's say the Thai chicken curry, take out the chicken and replace it with tofu, for example. It's that simple. If there is a vegetable in the recipe that you're allergic to, or you just can't stomach, take it out and replace it with any other vegetable in the world, same quantity. If there is a fruit that you don't like, or you can't find, or your IBS is triggered by, take it out and replace it with any other fruit in the world. The only one where we can't do any other in the world is on the protein. The like-for-like swaps are in your handbook, and we stick to the same proteins that are in that book only. All right? Now, as you probably already know, if you are having chicken, fish, turkey, ostrich, whatever, it's a palm size and thickness piece of protein. If you are having things like tofu, tempeh, corn and corn mince and soy mince, it's a palm and a half. If you're having chickpeas and lentils and beans, it's a 400-gram tin drained and rinsed, which actually comes up to about 250 grams once you took all the crap out inside. I will tell you now, though, don't go heavy through this program on lentils, chickpeas and beans and pulses for a few reasons. One, they are much higher in carbohydrates. Two, they're bloaty items. We all know about beans, don't we? Bloaty and farty. Three, it's much more filling and therefore is more pressure on your tummy. And four, they contain lectins and phytates, which if you overdo lectins and phytates, you can end up with leaky gut. So let's keep those to a minimum. Don't get me wrong, enjoy the delicious dal every now and again, but let's not have it every day, shall we? All right. And that's why we have lots of the things like tempeh, seitan, tofu, corn, soy mince, and all that sort of stuff, because then the vegetarians have still got lots of other options as well. Now, if you are going to batch cook, it's very important that you do not double up on spices like chili, cinnamon, cayenne pepper, because you will blow your head off. Right? So that's when a little bit of taste testing is going to have to come in. So I'd usually put the normal amount in. So if you're cooking 6 portions, I'll probably put the portion of 1 in, and then let's see if you are happy with that heat. And if you want to add a bit more, you can. I know that if you made all the 6 portions separately, for some reason, you'd be able to eat them all with the 6 times amount of chili and the 6 times amount of cinnamon and all that, but no one's really quite explained that to me before. So if anyone actually knows why you can make them all 6 separately with all of the 6 lots of everything, but you put it all together and it doesn't work like that, I'd love to know. Okay. Soy milk and pea milk. You will find those in your recipes. So when you've got like breakfast recipes like quinoa and porridges and smoothies that you make from scratch in a blender type recipes, you can't change them for almond milk or oat milk or anything like that. It's either soy milk or it's pea milk. Okay. And in your shakes, if you're having powder shakes, in a meal replacement shakes and your post-workout shake, they are unsweetened almond milk or water only. You cannot add soy milk or oat milk or pea milk. Okay. Good. And post-workout shakes and meal replacement shakes are not the same thing by any strength of the imagination. Just because I've given you similar parameters for the protein and the carbohydrates, you won't get 32 grams in a meal replacement shake anyway. Doesn't exist. But for simplicity, I just said, find them in between there and you're okay. So you'll be limited when it comes to meal replacement. You won't see much difference. And you can get different levels of post-workout shake, protein shakes. So they are not the same. A meal replacement has a certain amount of vitamins, minerals, salt, fat, sugar, protein, carbohydrates, so it can be called a meal. A post-workout shake is basically protein with branched chain amino acids, help refuel and feed your muscles after a workout. If you're in extreme or sculpt, you'll notice that in your 2 meals, you are doubling the protein because those programs are for pretty much if you've got no fat to lose and we're looking to sculpt. You don't have to have the same protein if you double it. So if you wanted a prawn and chicken madras for some reason, you could. It doesn't have to be a double chicken madras, if that makes sense. What I would suggest, though, is that no one doubles lentils or beans because you just wouldn't be able to eat it. So you could have tofu with your lentils, for example. Okay, let's talk about shakes. Now, this is the part of the program where it's going to sound like I'm selling to you, but I don't know how else to tell you what I've got to tell you. So let me just make this clear. You can use any brand you like. The only one I recommend, though, is the one from the Six Pack Revolution, because I know I created it for the program. It's 30 servings in every pack. So many people say to me, oh, I went to so-and-so and I bought the pouch. It only cost me 22 quid, down from 44 quid. I went, oh, that was a bargain. How many servings are in it? 10. So they pay 3 times as much. So make sure you check the serving amount. Because I don't mind if you use something else and if you buy something lesser and you pay lesser for it. But if you pay more for something lesser, that would be like, oh, okay. Because it would pay for your next shake, maybe. So let me tell you about the Six Pack Revolution shakes. We have decadent chocolate caramel, vanilla caramel heaven, strawberry cream sensation, mint choc gelato, and iced cappuccino frappe. They are, I'm going to say this, I know, but ask anyone who's had them, by far the tastiest shakes on planet Earth. The vanilla post-workout, which is my fave, by the way, literally tastes like a melted McFlurry. Literally the same. It's incredible. And I'm sure anyone else, if you ask them, will tell you the same. I have got no aspartame in there. Didn't want it. No maltodextrin. So all these nasty things, you've probably been hearing that in the news as well, not in these shakes. So they're about as clean as I could get them. All right. Also be careful, because you'll see a lot of shakes that will say 24 grams of protein, for example. And then on the back, it says when mixed with milk. So the cow's milk is giving you about 8 grams. We don't do cow's milk on here anyway, but what they're suggesting that you're mixing it with is giving you about 8 grams of protein. So the actual shake itself that you're going to mix with unsweetened almond milk or water has only got 16 grams in it, which is not enough. So be careful of that as well. We also have overnight oats that I prefer just eating straight off. I don't leave them overnight, but you can. And they are a snack. So they can be one of your snacks. All right. And they don't count as one of your starchy carbs. So you get like a free one there. As your starchy carb goes. We also have multivitamins, omega-3, which has got added vitamin D. The multivitamins have got curcumin and black pepper in. Curcuminoids come from turmeric, which is a massive anti-inflammatory, and the black pepper's in there because it increases the absorption by about 2,000%. We also have Trust Your Guts pre and probiotic, and we have dandelion roots with aloe vera. These are all great things for the tummy. Everyone, I mean, we recommend that you have the multivitamin and the omega-3 as well, but everyone really, and you can read up, the gut microbiome is huge now, where people are realizing basically your whole body runs from your gut microbiome, which if you think about it, makes perfect sense, because if you don't eat, you die. So everything that's going here goes in through your system and into every cell of your body is coming through your digestive system. So a good pre and probiotic. A probiotic is the healthy bacteria that's like your factory workers within your gut, and the prebiotic is the fiber that they feed on. So everyone should have a good pre and probiotic. You can get them anywhere if you, for some reason, you didn't want six-pack revolutions. But I recommend a pre and probiotic. And dandelion root I've had for the last 11 years. And you can Google the benefits of dandelion root. And if you buy 4, there is a discount. So don't miss on the discounts. So remember, guys, you've also got your 10% discount. And I've extended it to the end of July because there's a few flavors of shake and oats that aren't in till next week. So I've just extended to the end of July. So I hope that helps everybody. I've not done that before, so enjoy. I will warn you, the reason that there's stuff not in is because they do sell out quite quickly. I'm trying to get on top of that, because we are growing exponentially, my forward thinking sometimes doesn't match what I've ordered in, and also my stuff is not off the shelf. I've chose the highest ingredients. I'm very fussy. I don't really make much money on this stuff. I'm not a shake program. My job is to get you a result that that's going to take most people 2 years and change your life forever, so that you radiate across the world and we can try and reach as many people as possible. So it's about as good as it gets. But again, is between 23 and 33 grams of protein and 0 to 18 grams of carbohydrates if you want to use another brand for some reason. Please make sure you find out exactly how many servings are in your packet. Right, okie dokie. Next page. Here we are, I've done all that. Something I always tell the vegans, or non-vegans, because I'm not vegan, I just love this stuff, and I'm not affiliated with any company or anything at all, but it's so good, I have to tell everyone. If you haven't had What's the Cluck from the vegetarian butcher, it's delicious, and it's vegan, and it's you have it on pizzas and wraps and curries and whatever else. It's a really good extra thing to have for variety. If you want even better results, try and remember to have a glass of water 30 minutes before each meal or snack, if you can remember. Just helps with all the digestion and everything. And you all know that, ladies, it's 3 litres of water per day, and men, it's 4 litres of water per day. Unless you've had gastric surgery, and I spoke to you already, If I haven't spoke to you, by the way, and you've had gastric surgery, please private message me so I can talk you through how to win at this program if you've had gastric surgery. Right. Okie dokie. If you're having vitamins and stuff, please make sure they are unflavored capsules or tablets, and they are not flavored gummies or fizzy drinks or fizzy effervescent tablets, etc. Okay, just before I go on to the exercise, I can see I've got a hand up. I did have another couple of hands up a minute ago that seems to have disappeared. So Nemo.
Thanks, Scotty. One very quick question on batch cooking. I noticed you mentioned about the spices, and we obviously manage that ourselves. In a lot of curries, we're allowed to put a teaspoon of oil. If you're batch cooking, can you increase the amount of oil for how much you're cooking?
Yes. So if you're doing 6 portions, you need 6 times everything, food-wise. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. That's all I needed. Thanks.
That's right, mate. Sophie. I think you was one who had to hand up a minute ago, right?
Oh, hi there. Sorry.
Hi.
I actually wrote some notes down because I was like, why am
That's
I?
right.
I just wanted to know, in terms of, I'm going into the details. So I'm on a fertility journey at the moment, not pregnant now, but just wanted to make sure that it doesn't sound like it's too restrictive. Would you recommend?
Right, Sophie, I'm going to stop you right there. You're literally coming to my next sentence.
Oh.
I have to warn everyone now on this program. So Sophie's led me into it quicker than I would have said. I had a couple of things to say before. If you do not want to get pregnant, you need to be very, very careful on this program.
Okay.
Okay.
Transparency.
Because we make your body work properly. What's your body made to do? Reproduce. And we have a lot of unexpected pregnancies on here. And it's got to a point where I have to warn people now. Okay, I'm not kidding.
So sorry, just to clarify. So it's a good thing if
you want to get pregnant, welcome to the 6-pack revolution.
Okay,
you might have a surprise. You might have a surprise quicker than you were expecting.
Okay, great.
Obviously, everybody is different. I can't guarantee it. I'm not the Mary.
No, that's totally fine. But I just think being healthy.
It couldn't be healthier, Sophie.
Okay, good. Because my brother-in-law has been doing it for the last few months, and it's not restrictive.
It's not restrictive. It's a balance. Guys, this isn't rocket science. This isn't even clever, really. The genius is in its simplicity. It's a balanced plate of food, balanced throughout the day with hydration. Yeah. That is the way the human body should be fed.
May I please ask a second question? So, this is ridiculous detail, but just before we go into the exercise, in terms of the portions of food, I want to order some Tupperware, and I want to make sure that I'm getting the right size Tupperware for the prep. So, why are you giving me those eyes?
I've got no idea on the size of blooming Tupperware. I'd say if you had it about the size of a takeaway container, the little white plastic ones with the lids, you're going to be okay.
Okay, fab. All right.
That's as good as I can get. You can get slightly deeper ones, so maybe get those just in case you're doing a lentil thing or something.
Okay.
But yes, back to your. It couldn't be healthier. And if you think about it, you get people having babies that are eating Kentucky Fried Chicken, McDonald's pizza, smoking fags and drinking bottles of wine. We're eating clean, nutritious food that's been cooked from scratch, etc., etc. And if someone wants to ask about, can you have meal replacement shakes and post-workout shakes when you're actually pregnant, the reason on the back of every shake it will say consult your doctor, or if you're pregnant, because they don't want you to. When your body goes out of shape because of, or I'd say into shape because it's beautiful, but some ladies will get obsessed that their body is fat and looking ugly and all this when they look so beautiful. And they don't want people to live on shakes. And I agree as well, like I said earlier, I wouldn't want anyone to live on shakes. So that's why on the back of a meal replacement shake, it will have that warning, because they don't want you to become obsessed and not touch food. But as I said before, we are eating real food 4 to 5 times that day as well. All right. And in the shake, as I said, vitamins, minerals, all the stuff you need. Okie dokie. So let's go to the exercise. Now, we have got, as I said earlier, 18 to 81-year-olds, people without legs, people in wheelchairs, athletes. I've had an Olympian on the program, people from the Great Britain squad, you name it, they've all been here. I've got Ironmen and Ultra Ironmen coming out of my ears. It can bend with the wind, is probably the good way of saying it, right? So don't panic if you see something you can't do. There's things I can't do. I've got a shoulder injury. I do something I can do. So if you can't run, walk, but try it. If you can't jump, step, but maybe try it. And if you can't squat deep, squat an inch. Okay? And if you can't do 100 whips, do 50. Yeah? And if you need to put them down and wait a minute to recover after that 50 and maybe do your other 50, do that. Right? So there is nothing that we can't replace with something else. There's nothing we can't change. If there is something you actually can't do and you need to know right there and then because you haven't asked in advance or whatever it is, just switch it for something in the challenge that you can do and double up on that one. So if they do another set of those instead that you can do. Or pick one from a challenge that was before, an exercise you enjoyed, and replace it with that. Also, we are also there at all times, night and day, should you need to ask any questions anyway. And most questions, once you ask them, will be answered in minutes. All right. If you are in signature, intensive, or extreme, you are going to need a battle rope to do this program. In intensive and extreme, you're also going to need a decent set of weights, something like a barbell and dumbbell set with 30 to 50 kilos of weight plates that you can add and remove. Now, you might say, Scotty, I don't need 30 kilos, I couldn't lift that. Well, if you do a deadlift, most of you are going to be able to lift 15 to 20 kilos on a deadlift. If you don't, within 2 weeks, you will. And some of you will be able to lift 50 kilos on a deadlift. But let's say there's 20 on your bar. And now you're going to do shoulder press and you've got 7.5 kilos on each arm. For example, I'm just making this up. There's 35 kilos of weights there. Otherwise, you're going to spend all your time unscrewing the thing, taking off the bars, putting them on the barbells, taking off there, putting them on the dumbbells, and you'll be spending twice as long on your workout than you need to. And it also gives you room then to grow. And also they last forever anyway, weights. So they're a good investment in your future. And by the way, exercise, while I'm on this topic, is something that you should all be sitting there thinking to yourself, I'm still going to do when I'm in my 90s. It's for your posture, your muscle tone, your bone density, your joints, your anxiety levels. I went to see Lionel Richie a week or two ago, and that man was running up and down that stage, giving it everything like he always has, sweating and proper giving it to the crowd. And he's 73, doing exactly what he was doing when he was 23. He can still do it because he hasn't stopped. So you should be thinking not, oh, I'm going to do this for 75 days and go back to doing nothing. You should always be thinking that I need to do something. And at the end, find something you like doing, you're more likely to do it as well. If you're on Sculpt, all you need is a decent range of kettlebells, because you might deadlift, as I say, 20 kilos. You might kettlebell swing a 12 kilo. You might shoulder press a 16 kilo. And you might do halos with a 4 kilo. So for you to push yourself on every different exercise that there is, giving yourself room to grow as well, because you're going to get stronger, you need a decent range, okay, to maximize everything. And if you are a beginner and I'm going to go to press ups quickly, because a lot of people will not be able to do even one on their feet. A lot of people won't even be able to do one on their knees. So there's other ways we can build this up. One of my favorite ways is if you've got a set of stairs at home, you can go up to the 4th step, for example, and do your press ups there. And as you get stronger, come down to the 3rd or 5th, down to the 4th, down to the 2nd. Before you know it, at some point you'll be on the floor. And even if you can only do 2 on the floor, then you go back up to the 1st, back up to 2nd to get to your 10 or 20, whatever it is. If you can't even do that, you can go on the side in the kitchen and do them on there. And if you can't even do that, you can go up against the wall and literally just a slight gradient as you build that strength up. All right. This is not failing. This is being clever, so that you're not overdoing it and not injuring yourself, and you're just building up slowly but surely. And remember, 90% of your results are coming from the food, not the exercise. The exercise is for all that other stuff that I just mentioned. And obviously, if you're in your 70s or 80s on the program, because we have them people here, you're possibly not going to be doing burpees and handstand push-ups and things like that. And that's absolutely fine. We can do something. And we're here live for you all day, every day, holding your hand, walking by your side from before we start till after we finish. Brijesh, how can I help? Brijesh?
Hi. I was just about to type the question on the group, really. So I've been doing a yoga practice for the past 5 years, which I need to do on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. So when I look at the handbook where it says 6:55 you have to hydrate, 7:15 you have to have a snack.
That's an example, Brijesh. That's an example, mate. It's not set in stone, yeah?
Okay.
Not, some people don't even wake up till 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Some people are on shift work.
So it's still okay to finish my yoga and then hydrate and then have the snack?
If that's how you want to do it, yes. I always say we should exercise and eat about an hour beforehand. But if that doesn't work because you're exercising very early, then it is what it is. All right?
Thank you.
Cool. You're welcome. Iana.
Yeah, hi. Well, a question slash, can you hear me?
It's not great, but I'll try.
Okay, I'll lean in more. Sorry if we get me close up. On the exercise,
Yeah.
I'm speaking for myself really here, but maybe other people like the same. I haven't exercised much.
Right, Iana, I literally cannot hear a word you're saying. Could you type that one into, Sam, have we got the type option up? Can you type that one into the group and I'll read it out? Yeah, because I just can't hear you. I'm sorry, mate. Chris. Chris?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry I can't turn my camera on. I'm on a business
right.
trip in Kosovo. They're rationing the internet in this hotel room. So I'm a woman. I've looked at the meal plans. I don't know how I'm going to eat that much food. It feels like a lot. Like I'm usually eat 3 meals a day. And all the snacking on top of that, like feels like a lot as a woman, because obviously you're giving the same, I know you don't want to use the term calorie count, but effectively you're giving the same food plan to men and women. If we can't eat all the food, is that a problem? Because
yes, you need to eat all the food, Chris.
Eat that much food.
You can. I've had I have more women on this program than I do men.
Yeah.
And they all eat the food.
And I mean, I suppose then some advice. Do they struggle with eating that much food? It's all the snacking. I would never ordinarily snack at all.
Okay. Well, that's you're probably eating not. This is how we should really eat. Little enough. I always give the analogy of a log burner. If you want that log burner to burn fuel efficiently all day, you wouldn't put the kindling and put the paper and all the logs on and let it burn out till it's finished, and then a few hours later light it all up again. Just chuck a log on every now and then, it'll go all day long. So we need to get your metabolism up. We need to make sure that you are getting what the body needs. Okay, so if your biggest obstacle on this program, if you've come here to change your life forever, your biggest obstacle is to eat some food, then you are really winning. And also in about 2 to 3 weeks in, maybe to 5 weeks in, depends on the person, you'll be begging me for more food because your body will start burning that fuel efficiently and you'll be hungry.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I'll help you. If you struggle, then you message me, all right? But let's not assume you can't eat it before you vet it. And choose maybe the lighter options to start with. So don't have the chickpeas and the beans and the lentils and all that. Choose more of the, like the white fish and tofus and things like that. Just as we get your body on a roll. Yeah. Okay. Matthew.
Hi. On the question of dumbbells, etc., and kettlebells, are resistance bands a good replacement for kettlebells? Because I've got dumbbells and resistance bands and just don't have kettlebells.
No, if you're on Sculpt, you're going to need kettlebells, mate, because they're kettlebell-based workouts. Kettlebells have got a different weight distribution.
Right.
You're doing a kettlebell swing isn't going to work with a resistance band. It's not going to be the same with a dumbbell.
Okay, fair enough.
Are you on Sculpt?
I'm on the basic one. I can't remember which
You
one.
haven't got to worry about kettlebells anyway. You just need a battle rope.
Okay, I've got that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. That's all you
Great
need.
stuff. Cheers.
All right, mate. Right, I'm just going to go to the side here very quickly. How do we feel about ibuprofen? If you've got a headache or something aches, then you can have ibuprofen. I have celiac disease. Is there any hidden gluten in drinks or recipes? No, the meal replacement shakes from the Six Pack Revolution have no gluten. They're gluten-free. The oats are gluten, so you can't have those. There's literally no other gluten on the program, because if you have a wrap, you can just have a gluten-free wrap, like the sweet potato wrap from Be Free. I think that's what it's called. They're really good. I think they're delicious. That's it really. You're going to know what's gluten, and there's hardly any anyway. So this is literally made for celiacs, this program. Okay. Iana still hasn't sent his question in. Can the 2 shakes be 2 meal replacement shakes, or 1 meal replacement and 1 shake from snacks? No, because the shake from a snack is a snack, right? So don't get a smoothie on the program that's a recipe mixed up with what we call a meal replacement shake. They're not the same. That's a snack. It's very simple. What's under the snack heading is snacks. What's under the meal heading is meals. Meal replacement shakes are in a bag. And that's how you can tell the difference. Okay. So if you go 2-2-2 with the benefits that I said, you go 2 meal replacement shakes, 2 snacks, which you could have a shake from one of your snacks. That's fine. It's still a snack. And then you have your meals. Carol. Carol, right, we'll wait for you, Carol, till you start unmuting yourself, and because I can't hear you at the moment, I can't just, I'll come back to you in a second.
Okay.
Oh, no, you can't use fuel as a meal replacement shake, way too high in calories and full of rubbish. I've got a new one here to me. If women are meant to drink 3 litres of water a day and men are meant to drink 4 litres of water a day, how should transgender people go about it? I suppose it's a question of how body behaves hormonally, its actual structure, but I was wondering if you know any other trans people who went through the program and how they handled it. No, we haven't had that question before, but I would be inclined to, if you look at your biological, where you started biological sex, then I would go with that one, just to go in line with everything else that is. Carol.
Hi, I've ordered battle ropes, waiting for them to arrive. New to all this, I also ordered an anchor. What is the best way to anchor the battle rope if you're using it outside, for example?
So mine's wrapped around a tree stump, or sometimes around my kid's trampoline leg. But if you bought yourself an anchor, you can screw that into the bottom of your fence post. You want it low, and then you thread your battle rope through the circle, and you can use that.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Okay. Christiane. Need to say Cristiano then. Sorry, Christiane. Sorry. Unmute. No, you can have 2 oats as snacks a day. While I'm waiting for you, Christiane, I'm going to answer these down here. Stacey, you can have 2 oats as snacks in a day. Sheena Griffiths, hi, sorry I have to leave. Thank you, Scott. My anxiety is no more. I can do this. Yes, you can, Sheena. Look forward to seeing you in the groups. Right, Christiane, you're struggling. Sherry. Ian, you still haven't put your question in. Sherry, how can I?
How to do my picture now? Okay, just quickly, there's a lot of the almond milks. The one we use is the Root Health usually, but I know that's got rice milk in as well. How strict is this?
Ideally, we would go with just unsweetened almond milk. And
It
they
is
are that with rice
Okay.
milk. It's unsweetened almond milk and rice milk. Right? I mean, it's not the biggest thing in the world,
fine.
right? But I can't check every brand, every ingredient, every nutritional table. So I go, right, unsweetened almond milk, and that's really easy to get hold of. And then, do you see what I mean? Otherwise, I've got 70 odd countries. I'll be like, ah! So
No.
sometimes I just go, can we just do that, please? You know, you can understand why, right?
And finally, how important is the water thing? I know I'm really going to struggle with 3 liters of water a day.
Okay, well, do your best. And again, if your biggest problem is to drink some water, you're winning.
Okay, great.
All right, cool. Louise. Louise? Okay, Anna. Can people try and unmute yourselves, people? Oh, right, Louise, you're there.
Oh, hello. Right. I'm a bit of an odd one. I don't like tea, coffee, or any hot drinks generally. But my current vice is Diet Coke. I'm wondering, other than water, is there any other cold drink I can drink?
No.
No. Okay.
If you drink Diet Coke, we're wasting our time.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking Diet Coke. I was just thinking any cold
Well,
drinks
no, you can
drink
put-
other
you
than
can put,
water.
well, yeah, well, I don't know if has anyone had an air up? This is the freakiest thing ever in the world. So there's about 30 different flavors, right? And what it is, I don't know if you know, and I'm not, they should flipping pay me to do this, you know. This thing here, there's a little air pocket inside, and this is coconut water flavor, right? And you suck it, and it literally tastes like coconut water, but I'm only drinking water because I'm inhaling the fume or the infused whatever it is. It's unbelievable. It's weird because I'm actually drinking plain water, but it tastes like I'm drinking coconut. And there's so many flavors, like there's loads. So if that helps you, then I'd probably invest in an Air Up. Because there's loads of different flavors there. Anna, have you worked out how to unmute yet? No? I've just asked you to unmute. Can you see it? No? Oh, there you go. You did it just then. I'll try again. I can't hear you. Write it in the side here. Sherry, I'm going to have to stop people asking me in a minute because you're not letting me finish what I'm doing first. One of the questions at the end. Sherry? No? Christiane, did you manage? Hi.
Yeah, now it worked. Oh, great. Oh, thank you. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hi, nice to meet you, Scotty. I'm Christiane from Germany. So please excuse me if. Yeah.
My wife is quarter German. Her Oma.
Okay.
German. So.
Yes, so just sorry if I'm not perfectly maybe if I'm asking you this question, but I really like to understand rules in general. So I would love just to ask you why Greek yogurt is the only option and not like general yogurt with also high protein, or for example, also low fat quark with a high protein.
You can use quark. You can use quark. But we're not going to do like protein yogurts and fruit yogurts and stuff like that. There's lots of other sweeteners and stuff in there and bits and bobs and extras that's going to take away from our balance within our recipe.
So, but in general, just neutral yogurts with a high protein amount in a natural way, it's also always a good choice.
Yes. So we want authentic Greek yogurt. We like. If in your country, which does happen, you can only get Greek style, or Alpro do a Greek style for the vegans, which is soya, still high protein, then we can use those. But we're not having anything flavored. You can use quark.
Okay, thank you very much.
Cool. Deborah.
I'm back now, if I may.
Oh, Anna. Yes, you found it.
Sorry, is we cannot mute ourselves? We are muted the
Oh, Anna, I'm so sorry. We cannot hear you. Have you got like a microphone, or is it going straight to the computer? Right, go speak, stay there, don't move, and speak from there.
Okay, can you hear me now? No.
I'm trying. Go on, ask me the question.
I just wanted to ask about the shakes. How many shakes we make? Can we make a few of them in one go? Do they stay in the fridge maybe for a day or two?
Right, so if you're going to make a shake from scratch, you mean, like with yogurt and milk and fruit and whatever else? Yeah, so they can stay in the fridge. But what I will say is they will sort of settle. So sometimes you'll have, like, it'll be all gloopy. So it will need another zhuzh in the blender anyway. So I would just make it when you're going to eat it.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Deborah. Hi.
Just wanted to know, can I make my own almond milk? I normally make it with just out of almonds and water.
What, almond milk?
Yeah, I make my own, you know, out of soaking the almonds, blending and then straining it, but it's got nothing else except the water in it.
Yeah, almond milk you can, yes.
Yeah, that's okay. Make your own one. Yeah, good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Halima, last person, because I've got to get on. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I did the program before. I think it was in
Yes.
2019.
I remember you.
And I don't share my pictures for religious reasons. I did speak to you before.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, the plan has changed slightly since I did it. There used to be a full shake program where you can have all shakes.
Never
but-
has been. Never once have there ever been.
Oh, see, I don't know if I had got that wrong. I was thinking that. I never did it myself.
There's
but I
never
thought
been
at
a
the
full
time-
shake program.
Okay, so there's never been all shakes.
Never, ever, 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 ever has there ever been.
Ah, okay. I think I had got that wrong. The other question I wanted to ask, I have bought the 6-pack shakes. However, I have some other shakes, but I don't know if they're the right ones. Is that on the is that in the handbook, the shakes that we can have? Because I remember it has to have certain BCAAs, certain amounts of sugar, like less sugar or whatever.
No, it just has we have a carbohydrate, a protein, and a calorie target or range that it needs to be within. So if you look at your supplement sheet, it will tell you that.
Ah, thank you. I'm so sorry. I didn't know if
It's
it was on there or not. I need to check it. No, but that's everything. Thank you very much. I just want to say congratulations on having your other son as well. I remember
Thank you very
speaking. I remember speaking to you, and you had spoke a lot about your loss and stuff. So I just wanted to say congratulations. I was very happy when I saw that post.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you. Right. Okay. Someone said on the side here, how can I replace olives in the bolognese? Well, in your like-for-like swaps in your handbook, you can do a teaspoon of olive oil instead of your 6 olives. Or a teaspoon of coconut oil, for example. Like for like. Take out one healthy fat, replace it with one of the others. Rather than start from zero on Monday, wouldn't it be good to warm up over the weekend, i.e. stretches, go for a long walk? Ah, is that it, Iana? Well, mate, yes, of course. Start. Why wait till the weekend? You can start tonight if you want to. Exercise is good. So the sooner you start, mate, the better. Right. So let me get back onto my stuff, guys, because time's getting on. And
The pre-challenge went out as well yesterday.
the what link?
The pre-challenge went out yesterday as well.
Ah,
The
yeah.
pre-challenge.
The rehearsal went out yesterday, so you've already got a workout to try anyway in prep week. Okay, let me get back on. So we've done the pregnancy thing. I warned you all, so remember that. Okay. So if you are breastfeeding on this program as we speak, that's absolutely fine, super healthy. But ask your coach for the breastfeeding information. We just give you some tips to give you a bit stronger milk flow and stuff like that. If you are suffering with diastasis recti, that's the separation of the muscles, which mostly happens with ladies through pregnancy, but it does happen to men as well, believe it or not, then please PM me and we will have a chat and keep trying to get you to close that up, all right? I said earlier, but I'm going to say it again, if you had gastric surgery, please PM me. Now, whilst you are in your groups, you will see some people that will be flying. Don't allow that to make you feel like you're not good enough. Allow it to motivate you. Because it's nothing about anyone else. This is your six-pack revolution. There is always going to be someone better than you. There are people in this program that make me look like I'm unfit. I mean, there's some serious people in here, okay? But you're only seeing a handful of people, remember. There's over 100 probably in your group. So don't sit there and think, I'm the only one. No, actually, probably the other 80 people are just like you or us, all right? But it isn't about them anyway, okay? So your job is just to do better than you did the day before. If it's bad weather, I mean, it's very rare in the July wave, to be fair. If there's bad weather, that's when I like to go out and train. So if it does start raining, that's the time to go out and get your battle ropes on and get all Rocky Balboa on it. It'll be the best workout you did in the whole wave, I promise you. All right. If it rains, I'll go out for a run or go out to whip the ropes. So don't miss out on the best exercise challenge you're going to do, because it's the one that's in the rain. If you have got no fat to lose, you should not be in the signature program. That is the extreme fat loss group. If you've got no fat to lose, you should be in sculpt or extreme. Do not get scared by the names. I have 76-year-old ladies in extreme. And if you think about it, in some ways, it could be easier because there's more weights in extreme. So if you want to bicep curl 2.5 kilos like my nan, or 20 kilos like me, you can. I just try and say to you, please push yourself. And as you get stronger, increase the weight. And if you see an extreme and sculpt 50 reps of this and 30 reps of that and 20 reps, if you can do 30 reps, it's too light. It should be 10, 10, 10 to reach your 30, where the lactic acid is kicking in around rep 7, and therefore you're pushing through those last 3, put them down, take a break, pick them back up again, do your next 10. All right? Okay, we're going to have many PTs, nutritional professionals, all sorts on this program. So I'm speaking to you guys right now. If for some reason my methods go against what you think is right, please just be open to learning something different and putting aside what you think you know just for this short time. And then hopefully you might come out of this with more knowledge that's going to get you maybe even better with your clients as well. And also, I'm going to make you look like a PT, as well as just being one. And you're going to feel like one too. Okay, the scales, the dreaded scales. So, you've already seen the post in the group, I assume. So, guys, put the scales away like you're an alcoholic throwing the vodka down the sink. Get rid. They are lying to you, and it's kind of irrelevant. Because let's be honest. Let's say, for example, I'll say to Iana, my friend who's going to start exercising earlier than he needs to. If you lost a stone and looked like Boris Johnson, would you be happy? No. If you didn't lose a stone, but you looked like Wolverine, would you be happy? Yes. So actually the weight's irrelevant. Now, obviously you are going to lose weight, many of you. Depends on where you are. If you're a size 20 dress, you're going to lose weight. If you're a size 40 waistband, you're going to lose weight. But let's not focus on the one thing that we do not want more of. Let's not give our energy to the one thing that we don't want more of. Weight. Let's focus and give our energy to what we do want. Maybe that's a six-pack. Maybe it's just a healthy, glowing body and mind. Maybe it's a size 10 dress. Maybe it's flat tummy. Maybe it's definition in your shoulders. Maybe it's a nice set of biceps. Maybe it's all of them. And not keep focusing on what we actually don't want. Okay? I would personally just throw them away. I haven't seen, I don't even know what I weigh. I've got no idea. All I more care about is how I feel and how I look. I sometimes get asked actually why people join many waves, so I might clear that up for you. People say, well, it doesn't work then if they keep joining. I said, well, we wouldn't keep joining if it didn't work, would it? That'd be like going back to a restaurant that you kept getting food poisoning from. You just wouldn't do it, would you? So because it works, like if you went to a Zumba class and had a great time and you loved doing it and it got you amazing results and brought you joy and happiness, you don't just stop after 10 weeks, do you? Or a karate class or a yoga class or a Pilates class or a boxercise class or and so on and so on and so on. Okay, so people come here because obviously the value is ridiculous and they like to be held accountable, and obviously I bring out new stuff all the time, etc., etc. So that's why people join many waves. You've got people on their 14th six-pack, can you believe? At the end of the program, as I've told you one more time, I told you before, I'm going to tell you one more time, I'm going to teach you how to keep your results at the end and still party twice a week. This was the utopia I looked for. I've found it. It works. It happens. And you will be able to do that if you follow this the way it's designed. So therefore, become the most sustainable program on the planet, because you can live now the best of both worlds. Over the course of the program, you might even see me already on this program as I've spoke to you tonight. I'm going to drip feed mindset, mindfulness, and try and get you to look at life from a slightly different perspective, more on the positive side. And I'm going to try and get you to find that the positive in every situation and realize that everything is just an obstacle. Remove the words problem and nightmare and hellhole and all that from your vocabulary. Just switch it with the word obstacle. And all of a sudden, it just becomes something you've got to get over. All right? Okie dokes. Once again, I don't know why I've written this down again. I think I like to repeat this. Remember, the meal plan is an example. You can put in those boxes whatever you like, as long as it's your meals, your snacks, and your shakes in the order throughout the whole day, in the way that you've chosen to do it, and you can eat them at any sort of like every 2 to 4 hours. There's loads of space there to slot them in, as long as the last meal of the day is a snack, because we don't want you eating a meal for the last meal of the day, or a shake. It'd be all right. Okie dokie. Now, if you are in Dubai or Malta, you can get our shakes, our supplements, our some of our merchandise, etc., from either proteinmalta.com. And also, if you're in the EU, you might get a better postage from them because of customs and stuff that they charge, because we're no longer in the EU. So if you're in the EU, you would probably go to proteinmalta.com to get your stuff from them, not us. Okay. And if you're in Dubai, you've been sent I've got Malta as well. You've been sent an email with Nasli at Pop Dubai that also supply meal prep. Malta supplies meal prep as well as all the other bits, so you can get them from them. And if you are in Dubai or Malta, you can ask to join the SPR Malta and the SPR Dubai page. Those groups, they're like a public group, and they've just got people that have done many waves in there. So you might say, oh, where can I buy Greek yogurt, for example? I know you know that, but you get my point. Now, if you're eating out whilst you're on the program or going on holiday on the program, I'd rather you weren't going on holiday on the program, if I'm honest. But if you're eating out, there is no actual real restaurant in the world that can't make you a six-pack meal. I've been doing it now for 7 years nearly. And I will just ask the waitress, hi, you know that sea bass that you've got in the butter caper sauce? Can I just not have the sauce? Can I have mine grilled, please? Nice plate of veggies or salad or whatever it is. And there's usually olive oil on the table. But if not, you can ask for some olives or something and a wedge of lemon and you can get yourself a 6-pack meal from literally, there's no kitchen that can't make that for you. Might be chicken breast, it might be something else. But you still need to stick to the plan. If it's your birthday, as I said in the welcome video, you stick to the plan. I had my birthday while I was on plan. I had 26 people over, 27 including me. We had sausages, burgers, chicken, steaks, beers, wines, Aperol spritz. I had a chicken breast, handful of salad, 6 olives and a pint of water. My kids brought me out birthday cake. I love birthday cake, by the way, just plain sponge and jam and icing. I don't like fancy stuff. And they made it for me. I sat them down. I told them why I wasn't going to eat any. They could have my slice because there was something I wanted to achieve and I didn't want nothing to derail me. But you can make me another cake on the final day after I finished to celebrate that I managed to do this journey without messing, not being derailed, not coming off track. Because I said that's even more to celebrate. And that's what we did. So if I can do it, you can do it. Okay? And if it's your best mate's birthday, same rules. We had one guy had his wedding day on the program. He got the wedding place to make his 3 meals and 3 snacks. Now that is where I would have drawn the line, probably. But I probably would have been on this program when I'm getting married. Okay. If you work out twice in a day for some reason, because you just did some yoga or alongside your challenge, only one post-workout shake. All right. So you can choose which one you want to take it after. Now, there's alternatives for running on all the challenges and stuff. There's extra battle ropes if you can't run, but I don't want you to not run just because you don't fancy it and you think you don't like running. If you're injured or something like that, it's fair enough. But I want you to try and give it all a go. Yeah, even if you have to run a bit and walk a bit and run a bit, walk a bit, just give it a go. We have people that find a love for running on this program and thought they would hate it forever. Sorry, I know I keep going backwards with food and exercise, but I do that a lot. I want you all to be patient with yourself. Go at your own pace, no problem with that. And then I haven't got much else to say really, but one of the things that is a phenomenon on this program is that you might find that people have a big opinion all of a sudden. So they might start saying to you, what are you doing that for? You're looking too skinny. No. I know most of you can't wait for that conversation to happen. But it's funny, like if you was in a nightclub, downing shots of tequila, after your glass of wine, walk out and get a kebab and fall over in the gutter with your skirt up around your ear holes, they'd be patting you on the back saying you're the best person ever. Try and help do something healthy for yourself. Everyone's got a negative opinion about it. It's a strange phenomenon. It's usually the closest people to you. So I will promise you one thing. First of all, don't allow someone else's negativity, because they're never going to be fitness people that say this to you, by the way, to derail you. And I'll also make another promise. If you ask me, and I think you're too skinny, I will tell you. And I've told people, go and have a roast dinner, I'm not talking to you again. So I will tell you straight. All right, I promise you that. You're always going to get that from me. By the way, when I talk to any of you, or I use capital letters in my posts, I am not shouting. I'm emphasizing. I have so many people say, you shout, and yeah, I don't shout at anyone in my life. Emphasizing so that you're reading the things properly. And I will speak to you if you need me at any time on the phone. If you need me, I will speak to you and hopefully pull your head out your backside if that's the problem, or put you on track or help you in any way I can. I'm doing that because I care, not because I want to beat you up, but I will also tell you the truth if you're making a load of excuses that's holding you back. Because there's only one thing on this program that's going to hold you back, and that is you. All right? So I will tell you that because I care, and I've got a short amount of time to get you these results and change the way you think and talk to yourself. But I'll talk about a little bit more of that on our next Zoom, which is the Overcoming Obstacles Zoom. Right, okie dokie. So I want you to live this program literally like an obstacle course. Your job's to get from the beginning to the end. The same with your challenges. Your job's to get from the beginning to the end. How many breaks you take and how long it takes you is up to you, but push yourself. All right, and every day is the next day, is the next day. And And we're here for you all day, every day. And remember also that you've got another 100 people in your group doing the same thing. So if you're going in the cupboard, shutting it, going in the fridge, shutting it, because you're still craving this and that for this day, so are we. You want a pint, so do I. You want a glass of wine, so does my wife. Right? We'll be going through similar things, but together we are going to stick to the plan and make sure that we, as a team, get to that finish line. And I promise you, it will be the best gift you ever gave yourself. Simon, how can I help?
So, hello. I'm from Sweden, so maybe my English isn't perfect, but I watched your exercise videos where you showed the different exercises. And I don't want it to seem like I'm calling you out here, but I was looking at the hip thrust, for example, or the kettlebell swing, which is a hip, hip thrust movement.
I bend my knees, right?
No, it's more like you don't like include your hips that much, and I wondered if that is intentional or.
Yeah. It's intentional because what you got to remember is I'm doing an easy basic version so that everyone can do it. Now, if you already know how to do a kettlebell swing, which you do, then you don't even have to worry about me because you're going to do it anyway. So I'm trying to do the easy. As I said, I've got 18 to 81-year-olds on the program. So I'm always going to kind of do the beginner's version because experienced people will know anyway. Make sense?
Yeah, it does. And also, I was thinking about constructive criticism. Will you be like if that is something that I usually like that having some feedback?
I can give it, so I can definitely take it. Go for it.
Yeah. No, it's not like that, but if I post my videos, what I want to get out of this experience is that I want to learn how to like be better at what I do. Yeah. Where will it be posted in the comment section publicly, or will it be posted in a private DM?
It will be posted in your post.
Okay. Oh yeah.
But remember, mate, this is one thing you have to remember. We are not a PT by your side, live, standing next to you, where I can see exactly what you're doing at the right angle. I can walk around you. I can go right. I can lift your leg. I can go right. Hang on, mate. Do this. This is an online program. So there's only so much that we can do from the other side of the screen on a video that big.
Yeah. Of course.
So bear that in mind.
Yeah. Of course.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Laura, how can I help? Right, while you're trying to, you there? Yes.
Yeah, all right. My left wrist is injured at the moment, and I'm just wondering, I bought the battle ropes, but it hasn't arrived yet. So it will arrive tomorrow, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to practice with that.
What I would say to you is when you get your rope, instead of holding it like, oh, hang on, try and get like this. So the rope's here, the long rope, yeah, and you're like whipping like this. Hold it in the uppercut position, and the rope's down here, and you can do your whips from there, and that shouldn't affect your wrist. But if you want to go live with me tomorrow, I will do that. Once you've got your ropes, message me. I'm in your group. Message me, and we can discuss it again then. But that's what I would get you to do first before anything else, because you probably find that because your wrist is then straight instead of bent like this and whipping like that, so you're moving the wrist. When it's this way, it's kind of, it stays in place.
It's actually the outer side.
We won't know until we try, Laura. So once you've got them tomorrow, PM me and we'll have the conversation.
Yeah, the other thing is because I'm going abroad and I'm not sure if there will be a battle rope to buy there. So
well, what are you going on holiday, or are you going to live?
Where I live usually. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, how long are you going away for?
Well, that's usually I go for all the holiday because I am a teacher and I just stay for.
Let's not worry about battle rope until we know what's with you tomorrow.
Okay.
Right? So we'll
yeah.
cross all that bridge when we come to it. All right.
Yeah.
So I'll speak to you tomorrow about it.
All right then. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Jenny.
Hi there. Good evening. Two questions really. Energy slumps. When I detox, I'm heavily reliant on caffeine and sugar. It makes me like the Duracell bunny, and then I can run through everyday life. Young family, very tired, don't sleep enough. So when I take that away, I go.
So remember that you're going to be eating differently here. Caffeine doesn't give you any energy whatsoever. All caffeine does is block the adenosine, which is a chemical in your brain that suppresses excitement or like where you go sleepy. So it just blocks that. So it makes you think you're awake. It's gave you no more energy whatsoever. Now, the average human body's got to spare 100,000 calories at all times. So you're not going to run out. But what you've got to stop doing is telling yourself you've got no energy before it's even happened, or you're doing it now before it's even happened, right? And I'm going to prove it to you as well. Have you got any children?
Two.
So when you have these slumps, you literally have no petrol in the tank. Is that right? Like you're just, as you went.
It's not so much that, it's just you're ratty, you're irritable, it just in the detox, it's just a really harsh sort of
so
bottom.
Right, well, you've got to come off it, otherwise you're never going to move forward. All right? But I'll tell you what, tell yourself that you're happy. Right? Don't get ratty. It's your choice. You make the choice. Do I get ratty or not? Am I tired or not? It's a choice.
Okay.
Because I can prove it. Those times when you've been tired before, yeah? Can you remember back when you last had no petrol in the tank? And you was like, as your word was, I think you actually did that with your hand. Boom.
Yeah.
How long ago was that? Last time.
To be honest, I never fully fall over. I always keep going, but it's quite horrendous when you've only had like
So
4
when
hours.
you were,
You've got a young
horrendous-
family, you know.
Well, right. When you were horrendous, right? How old was your youngest?
3.
Right. So you weren't paying attention, Jenny, because you were so tired. So, right? And you left the front door open. The 3-year-old was walking out towards the road. But luckily you caught them in the peripheral vision. Would you or would you not turn into Usain Bolt, run faster than Mo Farah, and get that kid before they reach the main road?
Yes.
You can't. You just told me you're fudum. So what changed from having no energy and fudum to being faster than an Olympian? What changed?
I'm just asking if there's a way of making
changed?
it. I
telling you.
need. Yeah,
The
the need.
mindset.
Yeah.
You had the same body.
Okay.
Your energy level didn't. You had the same energy. Nothing changed it. Just your mindset. So that's what we want to change. So don't worry also about something that hasn't even happened yet either, because we're only guessing. It may never happen.
That'd be nice. Yeah. Okay.
So remember, the future don't exist.
Second question then. For you covered breastfeeding for ladies that are going through the next chapter a little early potentially, but nevertheless, anything supplement wise that I can take to help with the hormones?
No, just stick to the plan.
Oof, right.
The food will do all of that for you.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
It's outstanding for perimenopause.
That'd be nice. Thank you.
Well, you've got a lovely smile, Jenny. So keep smiling. Rachel.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So I'm in Dubai, and I ordered today from the Dubai site the meal plans. Obviously, I heard you say not to do that.
When did I say that?
I thought you said to use the Malta site.
No, you're in Dubai. If you're in Dubai, you use the Dubai site. If you're
Okay.
Yeah, if you're in Malta, use the Malta site. If you're in Europe, use the Malta site. But you're in Dubai, so you've got your own site.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I misheard then. That's fine.
All right. That's all right. Good luck. Deborah.
With the post-workout drink shake, If you're doing yoga, which is sometimes not that energetic, say a yin yoga, which is more of a relaxation yoga.
Yeah.
I do 3 of those a week. They're not classed as workouts, though, are they?
No.
No.
More like a yoga, is it like a yoga nidra type?
Yeah, it's a
Deep
little bit,
relaxation.
yeah, lying down a lot, holding the poses for a long time.
No, I wouldn't call that a post-workout situation.
More got your cardio going, it's more of a something that's got cardio attached to it. It's workout, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome. Siobhan. I've just asked you to ask it. There you go.
Yeah, it wasn't that maybe. Okay, so you can make your own meals. That's correct. Sort of following the.
Oh, I've just forgotten. Well done. I'll better write it because it'll go in my head. Go on, go for it.
So,
Question.
well, I was wondering then, can you make your own snacks and what would the proportions be for those?
Okay, so I didn't actually teach people how to make their own meals. I'm going to explain that right now. But no, snacks, we stick to the recipes.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, because snacks have got lots of variation, because I need to make things that are like desserty and things so that you're eating normal, like you're enjoying everything. So the snacks are a little bit more complicated. So, but this is how you can make your own meals, people. Palm size and thickness, big handful of veg, for example. Any spices, herbs, whatever you like, and a teaspoon of olive oil, stir fry, you've made one. If you want to grill your own piece of fish and just cook some and have a salad with it, and just squeeze a lemon all over it, because you and a teaspoon of olive oil drizzled all over it, you've made one. Okay, so you don't have to follow all the recipes all the time. If you want to do something quick, just follow the rules, and it's really simple. Okay, thanks, Siobhan. I forgot to say that bit.
Another big question, sorry. So I also think this is my second wave, and I think you said in the first wave in the starter Zoom you could have half of a meal for a snack.
Yes. Oh, right.
So,
I've got to let you into a secret here, Siobhan, because you've just shown me up. The paperwork I have in front of me, I lost, and on my old one, I had lots of other notes like this, and then I God knows where it's gone, because it's not been out of this room, and so there's a few bits that you've just reminded me. So, guys, let me tell everyone. Half a meal is also a snack. So you've now just got another 100 snacks or something. But 2 snacks do not make a meal. If you try and have 2 snacks as a meal, you're not going to win at this program. Way too much sugar and stuff. Okay? So half a meal will make a snack, but 2 snacks do not make a meal. Okay?
So
you can't have 6 tablespoons of Greek yogurt, 2 handfuls of things, and 12 almonds. That's not going to work. Too much fat and sugar and stuff. Yeah, you can't have 6 eggs. Way too high. All right, Siobhan.
yeah. So my question is, can you have half a meal replacement shake as a snack?
No.
Okay.
No. Let me think about that. I just want to check my head. All right. But no until I say so. Let me think about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tony.
Hi. Hi. I may have missed this, but how do we know, are the exercises live, or are they posted in the Facebook, or do they email you? How do we know about the exercise things?
Okay, so in your group, you will be on a Wednesday and a Saturday on Signature, and every other week on Intensive, you will get your challenges. You get on a Wednesday and a Saturday. For Extreme and Sculpt, you get 1 a week, and we want you to do that 3 times. So on the ones where you get 2 a week, you want to do them at least once. So they will be in your group, in your featured and guide sections. If you don't see them pop up in the group anyway. I missed that as well. Oh, there was someone else just now and they've disappeared. Okay. Right. Have we got any other questions before we call it a night? Duncan. Duncan.
There, I've unmuted. Got there at last. So any extra exercise you do, it's just one extra shake.
No. For your challenges, you do if it's in one day, or if you go to the gym and do a body pump class or something like that, have a post-workout shake. But if you do 2 in the same day, you still only have 1 shake.
So I'm doing a challenge for a 50-mile run. So some Sundays I'll go out for a 20 or 30k run.
Right. So you would be on the endurance. No, because you're going to be on the endurance event Zoom next week, where I'm going to tell you how to fuel for things like that.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
All right, mate? That's totally different. That's a different ball game. Uma, you need to unmute.
Did that work?
You did.
Yes, great. What's your thoughts on egg whites? I can't eat the yolk, so can we just, what is the portion of egg whites?
Contact me tomorrow so we can discuss it.
Okay.
All right, because it will depend on what snack and stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sam will write that down for me as well, so I know. Right, Laura. Unmute. That's it.
Yeah. The ropes, do you usually use them outdoors?
Yes.
So is it possible at all to use it indoors, or?
Well, maybe in your garage. I wouldn't recommend whacking them on your carpet or wooden floor. But we have got thousands of participants all over the world in flats and apartments, and sometimes they will take them down to the communal area or over the park.
Okay, so if we can't practice with the ropes, and then what is the substitute?
There isn't.
Alternative.
Why can't you go? Do you live in a flat?
Yeah.
Why can't you go outside?
If the weather is bad, for example.
That's the best time to train. I'll go out with you. I'll go out in the public with you if you want, and we'll do it together.
Okay.
All right. We find a way over obstacles on this program, Laura. We don't let them be. That's all right.
Okay, so mainly is outside. Outdoor.
Well, we're going to talk tomorrow anyway about your wrist, aren't we?
All right. Yeah.
So let's talk from there. Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Right. While I'm waiting for some people that might just decide they want to ask me a question, I am going to probably ask you a few times through this program to maybe share some posts that we do on our social media. I'm just asking. Don't get angry with me. Just ignore me if you don't want to do so. But my mum always said, if you don't ask, you don't get. And I'm just trying to reach the world and help them feel how you're going to feel at the end of this program as well. And how the tens of thousands before you have felt, and with life-changing experiences. And getting people to live rather than just exist, really. So please don't be angry with me if I ask, just ignore me. Simon.
Hi, I'm just here. I saw Claire Pearson reaching her hand, but she didn't really.
I saw her as well, Simon.
Okay,
I
good.
just wanted to get that bit in.
Yeah. Good. Bye.
Claire. You need to unmute yourself.
Mute.
There you are.
Okay, so I'm completely in this 100%. I love
Good.
healthy food. My problem is I've been a vegetarian since I was 15. And when I go out, even though I'd like to avoid going out for this, I can't. There's a few essential places I need to go with people who are coming over from America to meet us. I struggle to get anything healthy in restaurants when I'm vegetarian.
It's definitely not as easy. But it's a lot better now. I don't know if when you last went out, but there's lots of sort of like superfood salads and.
Yeah, I do have to be fair, I have salads when I can. It normally comes with halloumi. I know I'll get rid of the halloumi from now on for the rest of it.
No, you can often get like chickpeas in a lot of superfood salads now. So let's just hope for the best, shall we?
Just one question. I'm going next week. It's a curry night. Can I have a curry out? Is that possible?
Well,
Mm. Yeah.
I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make it drink, can I?
No, that's fine. I'm in at 100%.
You know,
So maybe I just don't know.
ideally, because that's going to be just smothered in loads of
Yeah.
oil, salt, and
There's nothing in the curry house you can really have. No.
not
Yeah.
really. They're very naughty with all the stuff they
Yeah.
chuckle over, aren't they? I mean, it's
Yeah.
delicious. Don't get me wrong. I love a curry.
No, I
But,
want to be 100%. So that's why I'm asking. If I don't go,
Yeah.
I don't go. You know.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, for this short time, the difference is going to make and give you that best of both worlds by September the 23rd. Sometimes it might be better to just bow out once or twice so that then you've done it. Yep.
Okay, fair enough. Thanks.
Well, Amanda.
Just a very quick question from me. You mentioned the endurance Zoom. Is that something that will be sent out to everybody and that we can just join, or do we need to kind of volunteer for it?
No, so the endurance event Zoom will go into the groups.
Cool. Okay.
I think it's Monday, and it will so it'll be for Wednesday. It always goes in 2 days before.
Great. Okay. Thanks.
Welcome. Brijesh.
Hi, sorry.
Sorry, can I just correct you? It's actually on Thursday next week. The event.
So it will come out Tuesday for Thursday. Thanks, sir.
It'll go into the groups Tuesday evening. Yeah. We have another Zoom on Wednesday.
Brijesh.
Hi, sorry for the question. It might be a silly question, but I'm a little behind on, so the last 2 days ago, I logged in and I caught up until the handbook, and now I'm a little behind. But when I go to the featured section, it's not really sorted as per date or anything. It's all over the, it's not sequential. If I need to catch up with everything, is there something?
There's no order that it needs to be in. It should be relatively sequential. If you don't know when it went into the groups, how do you know it's not sequential? But it's irrelevant anyway. I would just get through it, mate. Lots of it probably went in on the same day.
Yes, I mean, first I see something like 3 days ago, and then.
Oh, okay, right. So that's how you know it's sequential, yeah. But it's irrelevant. The information is just, you just get through it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, mate. And if you've got any questions, just throw them in the group and we'll answer them. If you've got something personal, you can come to me.
Sure. Thank you.
But don't ask me to change broccoli for cow.
No. Thank you.
People have done that, you know. Okay. Any other questions, people? Anybody? Are we done on the starter Zoom over? Well, look, guys, don't forget, this doesn't mean there's no more questions that you can ask. We're live all the time. Brijesh, have you asked me another question? No, is that just hand up from last time? Laura.
How much salad, like green leaves, is it? Can we eat more than size of the full palm?
No, you know the rules. Palm size and thickness, or 1.5 palm size and thickness, or your tin. Big handful of your carbohydrates, which if you're talking salad, will be on the plate.
Yeah, green. Yeah, like iceberg or.
No matter what color it is, yep. There's that much. And then your healthy fats. It's all in your handbook, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Is that it? My lovelies, there's nothing else down the side here. Okay, right. So one last thing, Danny.
Yeah, sorry. I take the marine collagen supplement. Is it okay to continue with that?
Why are you taking it? If you don't want to say it on here, you can speak to me privately.
No, joint pain in my knees.
Okay, so the reason I tell people not to have collagen while they're on this program is because you get enough collagen from the food on the Six Pack Revolution, plenty for what your body needs. If you overdo collagen, it can make your skin leathery and go a bit too far, which we don't want to do that, do we? So, but if you've got joint problems, you're not doing it for skin, for example, I don't want to mess that up for you. What form are you taking it? Is it like a fizzy drink?
No, it's a paste.
Paste. All right, look, let's carry on taking it. Let's just see how you're going through the program.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe check in with me in a couple of weeks' time.
No worries.
Because it's going to take us time to get your body to absorb what we're doing, right?
No dramas.
Right, mate. No worries. Priscilla. Priscilla? Have you gone? Okay, I think that might have been a mistake. Any other questions?
I think
Right.
I think that I can you hear me now?
I can.
Yeah, okay. Just a quick question here. Sorry, I'm just like catching up with all the information. So, can you let me know, is it a daily exercise or is it just like how many days?
Good question. I didn't say, are you on the signature program?
Yeah, we are. I am.
So you're going to get two challenges a week, and we want you to do them at least once. So you'll train twice a week. However, you can do up to 6 times a week if you wish. I want you to make sure you have a minimum of 1 full rest day with no abs, no dailies, no challenges.
Okay.
What you do, it's a minimum of 2, but you can do more if you wish.
Great. And the second question for me is that I'm just looking, and do I need to record while working out? Like filming myself and posting on Facebook group.
Well,
Is that-
if you want us to hold you accountable, and you want us to keep an eye on you and hopefully watch something that you might injure yourself, or if you're doing something wrong, then yes.
Okay, so it's not mandatory. It's just on.
I can only advise you to get the best out of the program. If you don't listen to that and you want to do something else, there'll be people that won't do that. So it's entirely up to you.
Okay, no, up for the challenge. Thanks.
You're welcome. Right. Team. Any more? Anyone else?
Can we also remind everybody not to go mad over the weekend with food?
Yes. Very good point. So Sam is saying, because a lot of people will this weekend think, right, I'm going to go like the Last Supper and go and like eat as much food as I possibly can and drink as much drink as I possibly can. That wouldn't be wise. Okay, because you're just going to be putting yourself backwards before you've even started. So be wise, my friends, and either just be normal until the new normal comes along, but don't go hell for leather. All right, you're just putting yourself backwards. Suze.
Hi, I just wondered, in the tracker planner, there's abs and glutes. I'm not sure what to do there. I've kind of maybe missed that part.
Okay, so your abs is every other day,
Okay.
and your glutes is like your dailies, where I think they start at like 10, so it takes like 30 seconds for the first week, and then they build up as you go through.
Okay.
And we call those dailies, but you always have 1 full rest day. So there's no abs, no glutes, no press ups, no challenge.
Okay,
So
and
at
that will
least
go into the groups every week. Is it different abs each week,
every
or is
week.
it
Every week. The abs come out on a Sunday,
on a Sunday, right? Okay.
and your challenges come out on a Saturday and a Wednesday.
Okay.
All right. After 2 weeks, you'll be doing this like the back of your hand, I promise. You won't
My
even.
sister's just done it. So yeah, she's been keeping me on track, but I'm kind of been asking her quite a lot of questions, so I thought I'd save a few for you.
Cool. Catherine.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
This is my 3rd wave, and I've joined Sculpt this time. But I heard you say,
Just turn this light on, Catherine, because I've just realised it's a bit dark. Sorry. Go on.
so I've heard you say Sculpt is for those who don't have any fat to lose. I still have fat to lose. Am I in the wrong one?
Well, I'll tell you what, send me a pic of you.
Okay.
And I will advise better. All right.
All right.
Cool. Okay. Anyone else? Or did we actually get to the end? It says 2 hours later. Anybody? Is that it? Right. So team, I want to finish with one last thing. All right. Now, I'm guessing that it's one last question I'm going to ask you all, but I'm going to assume, give or take, so give me some leeway here, that you have come here because you want to get healthier. You want to lose the unhealthy visceral and subcutaneous fat. You want to have less anxiety. You want to wear the clothes that you want to wear. You want to love what you see in the mirror. You want to be either Lara Croft or Wolverine. They're the two names I always use, showing my age probably. And you want to be able to run around with the kids. You want to live instead of just exist. You want to be full of energy and buzzing around as opposed to lethargic and can't be bothered to do anything. Am I kind of right that most of us are somewhere ticking some of those boxes that I just said? Right? Cool. That's your goal, right? Now, some people's goal is to climb Mount Everest. Now, I'm never going to climb Mount Everest. I can tell you that right now. But some people do want to take on the planet's most natural phenomenon to see if their bodies are strong, powerful, resilient enough to achieve this incredible feat. And people break fingers, rip out nails, get frostbite, die on Mount Everest. There was a group of guys several years ago, if you remember, there was like 12 of them went up and the weather came in and the guide came down and went, don't go up there, boys, it's dangerous now. You're not, you know, it's coming in too quick. They were so close, they chanced it and all of them died. There are bodies frozen in ice up there, skeletons up there, because no one's bringing them down. It's hard enough to get up and down on your own. But they're prepared to potentially die for this goal. Guys, we're whipping ropes and eating yogurt. Don't make it a mountain. All right? I'll see you in the groups. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you to the plan.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Bye.
Bye. All you've got to do is stick to the plan.
Good night.
Stick to the plan. John, did you